Hello, my friends. Welcome to our special Wednesday night webinar. And we always like introducing new strategies, new scripts. But we've changed that up tonight and for a very, very specific reason. This morning, during my first Ask Max webinar of the day, one of my coaching students made an announcement that frankly I didn't believe. Told me that she'd heard that the evening before that a company that I've been working with a lot over the years, probably over 10 years, had merged with a company that I've been working with for 6 years. And I didn't believe it. So, in fact, I was pretty adamant about it. I said, look, that's crazy, it's nonsense, impossible. And then as soon as the webinar was done, I picked up the telephone and I called one of my friends who was like the top woman earner in the company, and she told me that, yeah, it's true. And since then, my phone has been ringing off the hook. My messages on Facebook and LinkedIn are totally out of control because over the years, I've worked with people in both companies. And so, to clarify things, to give everyone a clear understanding of what has happened, and in some cases what your options are, I'm changing the subject. And if you really want to understand what's happened, and in some cases, you know, they say for every door that opens, another one closes, you're definitely going to want to participate in my 2-day top earner retreat at the end of February. But I got to share this information with everybody now. When companies merge, leaders and distributors get upset. And in some cases, leaders and distributors will leave. Okay? It's the nature of the beast. Now, there are 10 secrets about network marketing that top earners know, but never talk about, and what you're experiencing tonight, what you're going to hear about tonight, is a perfect example of secret number 1. I'm going to share all 10, and then we're going to dive into secret number 1. Number 1, every month, 200 companies close or make changes, and a merger would be considered a change. 2, every month, 300 new companies are launched. 3, network marketers will leave a failing company for another company. If they're not getting paid, they're not going to stay. And 4, network marketers will leave a good company for other companies. They get recruited away. And top earners in the network marketing industry are referred to as whales. 6, 85% of the top earners in a company have been in more than one company during their career. 7, people usually make more money in their second or third company than they did in their first. 8, when you bring in a top earner, a whale, your business grows faster. 9, help is available to anyone to catch and land a whale. And 10, anyone at any level of experience in network marketing can land a whale. 10 things that the top earners in your business know, experienced networkers know, but they don't talk about it. And it's understandable that you'll never hear this information at a company event because you don't want the new recruits, the people that are just getting into the business, to know secret number 1. They'll be sitting there going, what do you mean 200 companies close? How do we know this one isn't going to close? Now, there is a story behind every success story you ever hear about network marketing. In the book, The Greatest Networkers of the World, a story about 21 ordinary people who became millionaires in network marketing. And the true story of how they did it? Well, there's one thing they kind of left out. And that is that 19 of the 21 people in the book were in multiple network marketing companies. Only Margie Alaprande, who was in New Ways, and they kind of became a Modere, if you want to call it a merger, and Donna Johnson and Arbonne are still with the same company. So let's talk about secret number one. Every month, over 200 companies will close or they'll make changes that alienate their leaders and teams of distributors. And they don't like it. Now, for example, having worked with the top earners in both companies, right? There are people in one company that left that company and went to the other one. And now they're back in the other company. Those people aren't going to be happy. And what happens when things change like this? People leave. People follow leaders to other companies, or people just go on their own. Now, when this happened, there is a natural movement of people that will leave a company and move to another one. Among them are leaders with teams that will follow their leader to another company. People like him. These leaders are commonly referred to as whales because of their large circle of influence. Now, when you talk to a whale about your business and they join you, your business is going to grow faster because they bring many of their team members with them. And so, over the years, we talk about how anybody can recruit a whale. Whales know a lot of people, earn a lot of money. Some earn 6 and 7 figures a month or a year. Whales are highly respected and are liked by many people, and people will follow a whale into a network marketing business. They're savvy network marketers. They're easy to connect with on social networks, and many of them would love to have you in their business. But they could be open to looking at yours. And when we talk about this scenario, we're not just talking about the two companies I'm talking about. I'm talking about the whole industry. Now, when you know how and where to fish, even you can land a whale. Experienced network marketers looking for a new opportunity. In May last year, Advocare terminated 100,000 distributors. Effective July 17th last year, their distributor agreements were crushed, broken. In October, they were hit with a $150 million fine by the Federal Trade Commission. I got this from one of my students. I landed 3 of Advocare's people. One is a very large group of business people under her, as she says. The other 2 have businesses that have about 250 people working on building their business, each having about 800 to 900 customers. I met them on LinkedIn. And I'm shocked I got them. So, here are some basic, fundamental facts to remember. Residual income is a great thing. That's what draws people to network marketing. Make the sale one time and continually get paid for your efforts. As John Paul Getty said, I'd rather earn 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own. Well, when you get into any business, and whether it's a network marketing business, whether it's a brick and mortar company, it doesn't matter what the business is. You are betting on the company owners. You're betting on management, and you are betting on market trends. Companies go in and out of business in the real world, and the same thing is true about network marketing. So if the company closes, you're going to lose your residual income. If the company merges with another company, the compensation plan always changes. And if the compensation plan changes, your residual income can shrink or stop altogether. If leaders are unhappy, they'll find another company and take lots of people with them. And when this happens, this can affect you, especially if you're in one of the companies that we're talking about. So, when companies merge, the People's Network was a network marketing company that I was involved with. And they basically merged with Prepaid Legal. Totally different products, totally different service. And then Prepaid Legal just changed their name. But the leaders, most of the leaders in the People's Network left. Basically, that's how I ended up doing what I'm doing. Because Prepaid Legal was not interested in the internet. At least when it happened back in 1998. A company called Ideal Health was started by 3 new skin millionaires who decided they wanted to start their own company. So they created Ideal Health, and after 2.5 years, to take it to the next level, they rented Donald Trump's name, became the Trump Network. They ran out of money and basically shut down. A lot of the company ended up going over to Sisal. So here, Bella Vita, Rico Life, and Free Life merged with Longevity. Mona V absorbed Jeunesse. New Ways became part of Modere. And the companies we're talking about are Zija and Isagenix. Okay? Now, I'm going to say back in, it must have been about 8 or 9 years ago, I was working with my good friends John Terhune and Mark Yarnell, who were 2 of the 3 top distributors in Kivana. The third one was Jerry Campisi. And Kivana was absorbed by Zija. I was and I had all kinds of people coming up to me at a couple of the events. They didn't know what was going on. They did, well, different compensation plan, different products, everything else. Zango. Some of my good friends, I worked with the folks in Zango for almost 10 years. And all of a sudden, they're part of Zija. And now they're both part of Isagenix. So there are going to be a lot of changes going on. Like I said, I know a boatload of leaders that left Isagenix to go to Zija. Now they're back in Isagenix. You know they're not going to stay. They're going to go someplace else. Now that doesn't mean that Isagenix is a bad company. Isagenix is a great company. I've known the Cougars forever. I've helped over 50 people in that company become $1 million earners in social media. A lot of the leaders in Isagenix were from other companies. But the bottom line is, if you have a leader if you're in Zija, for example, and you have a leader that leaves, and the next thing you know, they take part of your organization with them, you don't want to go, it's going to change the dynamics of your business. And people are right now being notified of the changes. What's going to happen with the products? What's going to happen with the compensation plan? What's going to happen with the tools? What's going to happen, period? Now, the fast way to become a top earner in network marketing today is you talk to people that you know with large circles of influence, bring them into your business, and help them bring in their friends. So if you've got friends in Zija, you might want to reach out to them and find out what are they going to do. Are they going to stay? Or are they going to go? A faster way to become a top earner is to talk to the professionals that you know with large circles of influence. Professional as in network marketers. Bring them into your business and help them bring in their friends. And finally, the fastest way to become a top earner is to talk to the professionals you want to know with large circles of influence. Bring them into your business and help them bring in their friends. So, how do you become a top earner in network marketing faster? Well, you got these social networks where you have access to people. And out of all of them, LinkedIn is best. Now I'm going to flip over to LinkedIn, okay? And I'm going to come up here to the top, and I'm going to put in Kivana. Okay? Health and wellness company. So there are roughly 883 people that were in Kivana. Let's just make sure. 883 people in Kivana. Well, Kivana was absorbed by Zija. Did she go? Did she stay? We come up here. Zango. You got 4,900 people in Zango. The were in Zango. Well, Kali Butler here was a triple black diamond. She moved from Zango over to Zija. Now, Kali's in Isogenics. And then we have Zija itself. 4,200 folks in Zija. You know, the funny thing is, I had a conversation with David Moses, who's a good friend, yesterday. He was, we were going over a Facebook issue that he was having. Never mentioned it, probably didn't even know about it. Now, I have a lot of students in these companies that don't put anything about their business on their page. So there's a lot of people, a lot of folks on LinkedIn that are in network marketing companies. And so the question really is, what are people going to do? What are they going to do? Everything is on an individual case, individual basis. If you've got friends with people in these companies, you might want to reach out to them and say, hey, how are you being affected? What's going to happen? And for those of you that are that were in Zija, or that were in that were previously in Isogenics, and you don't want to go back for whatever reason, then you're going to be shopping around, looking for a new company, looking for sponsors. It's part of the business. All right? So, if anybody wants to become a top earner in network marketing faster, you want to connect with professionals interested in network marketing. And on LinkedIn, we're looking for network marketers that are unhappy and that are looking for a new opportunity. LinkedIn is going to become your favorite social network. You can use it for free, and the reason it's going to become your favorite social network is because it's easier to pinpoint and identify the people that you want to talk to. Now, I invite all of you, join me in my February boot camp. And I put the link, maxsteingart.com/bootcamp, in the chat window. Use the promotion code again, and you can get a discount and participate for $79. We're going to show you how to prospect and recruit and enroll people in your business, network marketing leaders in your business. If you haven't been on LinkedIn, it's Facebook for professionals. 645 million professionals in over 200 countries are on it. Leaders are going to be scrambling, looking for new homes. Now, understand the status of a leader, all right? A leader has a group, and they're all making money. They're all getting paid. And now, what's going to happen is they want to keep their team together. They want to keep their team together. Now, sometimes in certain situations, and I have no idea what the deal is. Nobody knows what the deal is. Okay, the leaders are learning about the deal now. But they want to keep their teams together. But what do you do if you got a leader that wants to go? So you got a big leader that's got a bunch of sub-leaders, and a couple of those people, they want to go. So the lesson here is you really need to tune in, stay up to date on what's happening in the business. For those of you that are in Isogenics, you need to get on these webinars, get on these company broadcasts, reach out to your leaders, reach down deep in your organizations, and just keep everybody calm. Let them know it's all a good thing. For the folks in Zija, again, tune in, find out how you are going to be affected. I'll tell you right now, the Cougars are phenomenal networkers. I've watched Isogenics grow and expand, and believe me, if I was concerned about the well-being of my friends that were in any of these other companies and I was concerned about it, I tell you. The big question is what's going to happen. What's going to happen with the products that you like? What's going to happen with the compensation plan? How is it going to affect you? And more important than that, what's going to happen with the leaders around you? And the best access that you're going to have to keeping up with leaders in other companies, leaders in your own company, is LinkedIn. It's the world's largest professional networking site. And we're going to show you how to use it for free. But you absolutely need to be using LinkedIn. 645 million professionals on LinkedIn for networking purposes. It doesn't get any better than that. And LinkedIn has added many of Facebook's most popular features so you can connect with targeted professionals that are interested in network marketing. We can flip back over here. 2 years ago, Avon pulled out of Australia and New Zealand. So there's 364,000 Avon ladies, leaders, that lost their business in February of 2018. Now the beautiful thing about LinkedIn is you can come up here and you can say, show me all of the networkers in Australia. $4,235. Now some of these folks went on to join other companies. Some of them just, bailed. It was a shock to them. We go over here, we could add New Zealand. So between the two, there's 5,400. We mentioned Advocare. Now, when Advocare made that announcement in May, pay stops July 17th. A lot of the leaders left. Many of them were keeping their people together. It's going to be okay. We're going to work it out. The company's going to survive, yada, yada, yada. But they're quietly on the side looking for other companies, checking for other companies. The business opportunity died in Advocare on July 17th. Okay, actually it died May 17th when they made the announcement. So you can come up on LinkedIn and you can find all kinds of people in just about every company. Now it's all about how you engage someone in a conversation, and please, please, please respect the people in Zija. Respect the people in any network marketing company that is going through any kind of change. All right? You gotta, frankly, you're here not to pulverize and cannibalize people in the company. You're here to find out what people are doing, how they feel about the changes, and if they're happy, they're happy. If they're excited about what's happening, they're excited. If they're not happy and they're looking for another opportunity, then there might be an opportunity for you. And Frank, here we go again, right? Frank was in Kivana, came over with Jerry Campisi. Jerry Campisi came from New Skin at one point in time. So people move around. I hooked up with Frank when Kivana and Zija merged, and now Frank's going over to he's going over to Zija. I'm sorry, to Isagenix. So, if any other reason why you want to be on LinkedIn, the keyword search will help you identify perfect cream of the crop prospects by company, by activity, by location, better than on any other social network. The advanced search will help you locate people looking for new opportunities. The notifications on LinkedIn are just like Facebook, so you can follow the activity of people. Live chat, you can talk to people, qualify them with questions, enroll leaders or eager networkers. You know what your prospects are doing and when they're doing it on LinkedIn. You have a direct link to YouTube. You have a direct link to Twitter. You got a smartphone app that gives you video features for LinkedIn, and there are new video and texting tactics that we've developed over the last 12 months that will enable you to share your opportunity. And I have to tell you, Isagenix has got some pretty terrific online tools. Every second, 2 new LinkedIn profiles are being added. You know, a couple of years ago, I think it was 3, might have been 4 years now, I was at Isagenix big convention in August in Las Vegas, and I did a couple of private sessions for 3 of the top earners, and it was all about LinkedIn. And then they had a breakout session where they were talking about social media. They had about 8 young people up on stage. These were people that all had experienced significant rank advancement, and they're giving out all of this these tips on how you build a business, how they did it on Facebook. Well, they gave generalities. Nobody really gave the details. But the interesting thing was nobody mentioned LinkedIn. And what happened was I had people coming up to me. I was sitting in the back of the room. There must have been about maybe 1,400 people in the room. Everybody's coming over to me and saying, Max, how come nobody is talking about LinkedIn? All right, let me show you why nobody's talking about LinkedIn. All right, I'm going to go over here. Now, you can use LinkedIn for free. But when you really come to understand how powerful it is, you're going to want to invest in Sales Navigator, because the truth is, it's not going to cost you anything because you're going to be making so much money. So we can do an advanced search for leads. Now, we can look for all kinds of professionals. Okay? So, for example, we know that folks in Isagenix, very popular with people in fitness. Okay? So we put that up here, and there's 6,463,000 folks, 725 folks, involved in fitness on LinkedIn. All right? Now, this is going to knock your socks off. All right. So here you can put in a location. We could say, show me all of the people in Beverly Hills. You cannot do this with the regular LinkedIn because Beverly Hills is in the Los Angeles category. You can still find them, but Beverly Hills. All right? There's 3,986 people involved in fitness in Beverly Hills. We can type in Boca Raton, Florida. You can't do this on the regular LinkedIn. There's 4,900. Okay? Now, let's knock this out. I am in Aventura, Florida. Which is between Fort Lauderdale and Miami. Okay? And there's one. Now, why is there only one? Because most people in Aventura would list themselves in Fort Lauderdale, Miami, whatever. Let's do Miami Beach. So it's 2,700, Miami Beach. Now, how about this? Let's come over here and do a postal code search. So I can put my postal code in here. And I could go out 25 miles. You get this? Within 25 miles of your zip code. And look at this. I've got 47,000 people involved in fitness on LinkedIn. Now, let me hit the search button. So I got my 47,000 people. 618 people changed jobs in the last 90 days. 7 were mentioned in the news, and 3,300 did something on LinkedIn in the last 30 days. This right here is the ultimate search, because here you can connect with people that you know are active. Because a lot of people create profiles and 5 years ago, 10 years ago, they haven't been back. So let's come in here and we'll clean out the location, right? Get rid of this. And the interesting thing is, see, most of my students in both of these companies know better than to list the name of their company in their profile. But if we went over here to Advocare, and here we come down here, there's 19,000. And there's 1,800 that have done something in the last 30 days. In October, a company called Direct Sellers closed their doors. There's 4,700. 927 posted something in the last 30 days. LinkedIn is a proverbial gold mine for you. Now, LinkedIn is going to easily let you connect with the people you know, but they're going to restrict your ability to connect with the people you don't know unless you know their email address, because they want to charge you to message the people you don't know, but they've got secret doors that make it possible to connect with the perfect prospects you don't know, communicate with them faster, and close more sales in less time, and you can do it without paying for it. Your competition is using these secret doors. You should be using it too, and you can be using LinkedIn for free. And once you start dabbling with LinkedIn, start playing around with it, try their Sales Navigator for free for 30 days. Do it right before you jump into boot camp. We'll help you beat it up, use it, and I promise you, if you use it on a monthly basis, it's going to cost you $80 a month. 80 bucks for direct free access to 645 million users, and that number is growing all the time. The LinkedIn search will make it easy for you to find exactly who you're looking for. The keyword search is unparalleled. There's nothing on social media like it. When you use my scripts book with your search results from LinkedIn, you are tapped into a gold mine. You know in advance who you're talking to that would be a perfect candidate for your business. There's no guesswork and there's no rejection, because you know ahead of time these people need what you have, want what you have. I have to warn you, this is going to become addicting. LinkedIn becomes a gold mine when you know in advance where the gold is. Easy to find perfect prospects. Again, as I demonstrated, you could find people by their activity, by their profession. You could find people by the companies they're with. You could find people that attended a particular school you went to, or you could find people that belong to specific groups. Follow simple steps to find the professional interested in your business. And as you're scrolling down a list of 12,000 nurses, you could pick out the people that are clearly interested in what you do. The advanced searches can be done by location, by their previous network marketing experience, by the special interest groups they belong to, by the clubs and associations they belong to, by their natural attraction to network marketing and your business, and by their natural interest in your products or services. Professionals with network marketing experience is going to be one of your favorite groups of people to search for. You're going to find people that aren't in it, but they've got fun memories of their experience. You're going to find people that were in it that have bad memories. You're going to find people that are trying to build the business now. And in this group, you're going to find happy network marketers. Some are successful, some are not successful, but they're happy. They love the products, they love the people they're connected with, they love the leaders, they're not making any money, but they're happy. And then we have unhappy network marketers. And so we have to ask, why are they unhappy? Well, unhappy network marketers are typically unhappy because something has changed in the opportunity. A happy network marketer, we normally refer to them as the blue M&Ms in the bowl, can become an unhappy network marketer overnight. Believe me, last night, or I should say Monday night, there were a lot of happy people in Zija. And tonight, a small number of them are not happy. Change in the compensation plan, product change, a company leaves the market, a management or a leadership change. All of these things can result in a leader not being happy. How about it? The company merges with another company, which is what we're talking about right now, or the company goes out of business. Company merges with another company. Time is going to tell. I love sharing success stories. Sheldon Miller was the first network marketer that I ever coached. He was a network marketing leader in Mannatech. And I started working with him December 1st. We did 2-hour sessions over 3 days, and I helped him get set up on America Online. He was a network marketer, and he went on AOL to meet people. He was a musician, played the drums. You didn't use your name back in the AOL days. You had screen names. His screen name was Mr. Doubledare. Everybody's got a story, right? Before he was introduced to Mannatech, he was actually between jobs living in his car. One of his friends invited him to attend a business briefing for Mannatech. He wouldn't go. Then the friend came back and dared him to go. Still wouldn't go. But it wasn't until his friend double dared him that he went. He said, Max, you don't ignore a double dare. So he goes, he gets to the presentation, he hears it, he likes it, signs up in the business. By the end of the year, he was living in a great place. I think it took him about 18 months to become a presidential leader in the company. And so on December the 1st, he was interested in learning about social media. So I helped him. We came up with a name. We filled in the boxes. We had a very small amount of information. And and keep in mind, we didn't have Zooms. We couldn't do screen shares. He was on front of his laptop. I was on the phone, and I was describing for him what he needed to do. But I could tell he was drifting. He wasn't paying attention. He was bored. So while I was waiting for him to check off some things, America Online had a section called Love on AOL, where single people would create little profiles. They didn't have their names, but they had pictures. So I started shooting over some images of women in his area that were on Love at AOL. And all of a sudden, I got his attention again. So after 3 days, I left him alone. Before he let me go, he wanted me to show him, how do you get back over here to this Love on AOL? Well, I didn't hear from him again for 7 weeks. About the third week in January, he calls me up. He says, Max, he says, I owe you a debt of gratitude I will never be able to repay. I said, really? I said, tell me more. I like what I hear. And so basically, here's what happened. He said, well, he told me, Max, I've got the fastest growing group in Mannatech. I've added over 3,000 people to my business in the first 2.5 weeks in January. I'm being honored in February at our big event in Dallas. And he says, and I'm getting married next weekend to somebody that I met on AOL thanks to you. So here's the story. He met a network marketing leader that was in C Silver, and she was also a musician. She played the piano. Now, she had a bigger group in C Silver than he had in Mannatech. C Silver was about to close. So she brought her team plus other teams with her to Mannatech. And in 7 weeks, Sheldon's Mannatech business would grow to 3,000 people. Of course, the icing on the cake was they got married. Now, I'm not going to promise anybody that you can go on LinkedIn and find the love of your life, although it's starting to happen. People are starting to do that. Cynthia connected with an unhappy network marketer in ACN. They changed the comp plan. His income was reduced. He wasn't happy. So she brings him into our company, and in 90 days, by connecting with an unhappy network marketer, she brought over a big leader who brought his most successful upline with him, made him part of his downline. We brought in a regional vice president who, in 120 days, that 1,400 people went up to 3,000. Andy Van Dyke lived in Amsterdam. She met a guy on Cyprus. She met him through LinkedIn, had 15,000 people in his former business. It's easy to identify the professionals and network marketers that you want to talk to on LinkedIn or on any social network, because their profile contents, pictures, posts, visible daily activity, and their friends broadcast the category they fall into. Imagine scrolling down a list of school teachers and being able to pick out the people who are interested in your business opportunity as easily as you could reach into that bowl of candy and pull out a green M&M. How about scrolling down a list of nurses and being able to pick out the people who are happily engaged in network marketing? Some of them are just distributors, and some of them are leaders with large groups. How about customers? Scrolling down a list of personal trainers and being able to pick out the people who would naturally be attracted to your products. But the big one are unhappy network marketers. Another big group are affiliate or internet marketers. A lot of network marketers, switch and they become affiliate or internet marketers because they feel like, oh my God, we just got messed up. The people in Zija that came from Isogenics that don't want to go back for whatever reason are going to be out there shopping for sponsors, shopping for new companies. These are the people that you could easily connect with on LinkedIn. So how do you connect with whales? There are all kinds of whales. Sperm whale is bigger than a killer whale, sometimes twice as big. The killer whale is faster, eats meat, eats other fish. The sperm whale eats plankton. Again, whales are savvy networkers. They're easy to connect with, and many of them would love to have you in their business. But again, they could be open to looking at yours. So, in our boot camp, we're going to show you how to use attraction marketing to enroll network marketers that have experience. In our 2-day retreat, we break it down for you in a science. How to bring in the unhappy networkers, how to bring in a happy networker with a team, and how to connect with affiliate or internet marketers. How to connect with thousands of experienced network marketers who are looking for a new home. I was invited to speak at the National Wealth Center's International Convention in Orlando. And this young woman right here, Suzanne, for the first time in 5 years, she had been successful in network marketing. She bought into every program. Within 4 months of working with me in private coaching, she became the #2 recruiter in her company. I go to the event and I discover that the #1 guy, Tom, over here, was also one of my students. He says, what you taught me a few years ago, I did over $386,000 in business last year. And the #3 guy, Thaddeus, up here at the top, what he learned from me 4 years ago changed his life. He gets immediate results every day. He made $1,000 today, $1,500 yesterday. So there are all kinds of opportunities for you. And when you register for boot camp, for those of you that are old students, everything is new. We have a welcome video we want you to watch. We've got instructions. We've got a weekly accountability sheet. And we have a case study document that shows you exactly what to say when people give you any kind of objection. You come down here and you can watch a previous boot camp session, create your page, connect with people, communicate with them, close them. You could download the PDF of the video before boot camp even starts. So boot camp is going to start on February the 6th. We're opening up the doors on February 1st. As soon as you register, you come in here, you watch these videos. And then as we do the live sessions, you'll have them here. What I'm really excited about is for those of you that are going to participate in our 2-day top earner retreat, end of February. Okay? You're going to get directions, our 90-day game plan with a flip book version. You get the case studies. You get the lessons from top earners in other companies, $1 million earners. You got the weekly goal sheets, and you have a calendar. And then on our first day, Friday, introduction to 10 big secrets, how to connect with whales, ways people make money online, and how to bring them all into your business, how to separate the real deal from the scam, and we're going to show you live texting tactics that produce results, and then how to win over people that are more successful than you. That's on Friday. On Saturday, how to develop a $1 million mindset, the secrets of closing more sales in less time, the first 2 steps to our 90-day game plan, The second two steps, how to manage and stimulate your business, the importance of systems and duplication. And we come up with a plan of action. Now, what I want to show you, I'm going to kind of skip ahead here. Okay, so over the years, when you participate in the retreat, you are going to hear from $1 million earners. My friends, Brent Bryson is the top earner in Nu Skin. We did some coaching sessions. He says, it took me a week to get it, another week to refine it and plant seeds. The third week, I began to see serious prospects. Plant and sow. Plant and sow. I love this. I just signed up 3 people last week. 2 of them came in with a $1,300 package. This is so easy to duplicate. And then he sends me this 2 months later. Last month, my business went up 35% in a single month, thanks to you. Now I've got the fastest growing group in Nu Skin worldwide. You're the best. And my son Blake, who just started in January, has replaced his full-time income in 90 days. He's as excited as you can imagine. So, we have invited over the years $1 million earners who share their inner circle secrets, things that they only teach the people that they work with, not what they say when they stand up in front of a crowd. All right? Mark Yarnell was building, started out in Nu Skin, built an organization of 300,000 people in 21 countries. He passed away a few years back. When I was working with him, he was building Kivana. Sandy Cohen, 21-year industry veteran. Actually, she's probably got about almost 30 years now. She was a Zango millionaire. Well, Zango became Zija. Pat Anderson, how to get customers, keep them, is the top female earner in Zija. Well, now she's going over to Isogenics. John Drayun was $1 million earner in Kivana. So I'm just going down here. Pat Anderson, Zija, scratch, Isogenics. John Drayun, Kivana, scratch, data network marketing at the moment. Brent still in Nu Skin, Sandy Cohen, Zango, Isogenics. Deborah Kay, Isogenics. Mark Yarnell passed away. You know, it's starting to look like a whole Isogenics thing going on here. All right? And the truth is that what you're going to learn here works for every company. It doesn't matter what the company is. These are truths that the top earners in your business know, and nobody talks about it. You're only going to hear this information from me. So, with that, tomorrow, 9 a.m. and 4 p.m., what I'm going to do is I'm going to review information. We're going to be going over profiles. We introduced, let me bring up the okay, so LinkedIn is by far the undisputed #1 social network lead source. It's used by the top earners in your business. If you're one of the millions of network marketers who are afraid of it, intimidated by it, refuse to use it, or don't want to pay for it, I guarantee that when you devote some time to building your business on LinkedIn, it will become your favorite social network. These images you see that are moving are called emoji GIFs. We're going to show you how to use them when you're talking with your prospects. But I got to warn you, if you're addicted to being on Facebook, you're going to find LinkedIn to be even more addicting. So, LinkedIn is going to beat out every other social network for building your business. So, go to maxsteingart.com/bootcamp. Use the promo code again and register for bootcamp. $79. The information is waiting for you. And join me during the daytime during our Ask Max sessions. We're going to help you. 4 years ago, I shared a project launch script that's a part of my 90-day game plan with all of the participants in my 2-day top earner retreat. The next one takes place at the end of February. Now, we introduced it at the end of December. Go to maxsteingart.com/retreat combo. Get a seat in the February boot camp. Participate in the top earner retreat at the end of the month. And get the 90-day game plan. You can pick all 3 things up for $279. Tim, I don't have his latest figures, sent 12 messages. 9 people were interested. That's a 75% ratio. Set up 9 appointments. That's a 100% ratio. And out of those 9 appointments, he gave 4 presentations. That's a 44% success ratio. And out of those 4, he enrolled 2. 50%. You're all heading down the same road. You want fast results? You want immediate success? Greg Rooney, years ago, was one of the top earners in NECAMP. The company made a change. He didn't like it, so he left. Send me this. Since I've been using your training, and they didn't have Facebook or LinkedIn when he was in NECAMP. I started a new team member, and on our first day, they enrolled the first person. I have several more lined up. All of this with no experience in network marketing. Then he said, in addition to this, the next day I signed another team member up, equipped her on how to connect and communicate with their connections. She's now beginning to reach out to over 900 contacts of hers that previously she wasn't confident enough to do. And all these contacts are already pre-qualified and interested in what we're offering. We're talking about immediate results. We're talking about fast results. This can go nowhere but up. 25 years, he hasn't seen anything like this. So join me in our 2-day top earner retreat, and it is going to be a life-changing event for all of you. When companies change, things change. We're here to help you take advantage of the changes that are taking place in network marketing today. When leaders leave, there's an opportunity for you. An opportunity that, frankly, no one's ever going to tell you about. No one's ever going to share with you these 10 secrets but me. So until next time, best of luck in building your business. God bless.